I'm sorry. I just want to be in charge of my own life.
Ungrateful brat! Do you think we put everything into raising you so you can do whatever you want? We wouldn't need you if your sister's health had been stable.
Throw them out! I don't have a daughter like that!
My parents were so angry, their screams shook the whole house. I understood that my actions had taken them by surprise and were unacceptable, but I didn't regret what I had done. Me and my husband Edric were pushed by my parents to a poor village, more than 200 miles from the city. Maybe they thought it was cruel punishment for me, but I was over the moon. I would throw a party to celebrate after I moved there. Hello, I'm Anita Moore, the daughter of an upper-class family. Please like, subscribe to this channel, and follow my story. From a young age, I was trained to be a perfect lady. All my words and gestures must follow etiquette. I couldn't do anything without my mother's consent.
Who allowed you to wear this dress? Oh my gosh, it's too short and the colors are garish. Change, now.
But Mom, this is what I like.
A real lady wouldn't dress like that. You need to know where you stand and what you should do. Don't make me mad.
I sadly changed into the long dress that my mother chose earlier. Whenever I did something she didn't like, my mother scolded me. I was about to go crazy. I didn't want to be a lady. I just want to be free. I wanted to wear what I like, paint my nails in bold colors, dance and sing with my friends, and laugh out loud when there was something funny. I also wanted to be a journalist, travel to experience life, and write articles. But everything for me was an unattainable dream. My life should not have been so constrained. Before, I was 10 years old. I was still playful and cheerful girl. Then, my parents suddenly hired many people to teach me all the etiquette a lady needed.
Honey, thanks to you, our family has a connection with the aristocrats. The old money.
You must train hard. Don't embarrass your family.
I didn't understand what was going on. I could only cry and scream because suddenly I was forced into a strict life, lived with many rules, and had to follow the etiquette to the exact details. For me, it was hell. Fortunately, I still had someone by my side to comfort me. Don't cry. Just practice and you'll get used to it. My sister Emmy was 3 years younger than me. However, she had a calm and gentle personality. Maybe she was like that because she was born with many illnesses. Emmy had the same upbringing as me, but she didn't show any sign of hatred. The things I thought were terrible didn't bother her. I don't like it. Why do I have to speak softly and smile gracefully? It's so annoying. I wanted to protest, but every time I made a mistake, my mother would force me to starve and lock me in a separate room. So gradually, I didn't dare to protest anymore, but had to hide all my frustrations deep inside. However, I never gave up on the dream of one day being free from these constraints. When I grew up, I also forced myself to be an elegant lady in front of my parents. They were extremely pleased with me, and I also got to know why I had to put up with all this. I was supposed to be engaged to an old money noble family. Even more funny was that I would have to get married the following year.
It's all thanks to your grandfather. He accidentally saved an important member of that family. That's how you have the opportunity to have this engagement.
Dad patted me on the shoulder, his face beaming when he talked about it. That's right. Our family belonged to the upper class, but we were still far behind other noble families. My father wanted to raise the family status, so he was looking forward to my marriage. After all, having trained for a long time, I did not overreact in front of my father. My heart was enraged, but on the outside, I still tried to smile at him and ask permission to return to my room. Then, my emotions exploded. What the hell was going on? I fiercely wanted to destroy everything in the sight, but did not dare. Just a loud noise, and I knew my parents would rush in here and right away. My parents never asked me what I wanted. They only cared about their interest. I felt so hurt, but sadly, I couldn't tell them. They have never listened to me. I wouldn't listen to my parents anymore. How could there be a forced marriage in this era? I didn't care about some old money family. I didn't even ask for specific information about them because from now on, I decided to not let anyone arrange my life anymore. It's me! You've heard that, haven't you? I will do everything to get parents to give up this idea. What are you going to do? Parents will be furious. But I need to live for myself, not for anyone else. Emmy sighed and hugged me. She understood me too well to stop me. Okay, whatever you do, I'll support you. I burst into tears. My resentment kept rising, but at least I wasn't alone because Emmy was always by my side. With Emmy's encouragement, I stayed up all night working out my plan. My parents wanted me to be a lady, so I would destroy that image. Destroy how? Should I wear edgy clothes and go to the bar to dance? No, I would be locked up again, and they would burn all my clothes. Or should I make offensive actions and curse? Even worse, I would have to endure my mother's scolding, followed by an etiquette class that lasted from early morning to late night to improve my behavior. What should I do to force them into a corner? I just came up with a great idea. I sat at the pub for over an hour, watching all the men there. Who should I choose? I had been coming to this place for 2 weeks and still hadn't met the right person. While pondering, there was an argument in the dark corner of the pub. I approached curiously. Turned out, it was a young man who drank a lot of alcohol and had no money to pay. The waiter called a few more people over to threaten him. He looked handsome. Romantic blonde hair and dreamy blue eyes. Handsome and short of money. Perfect. How much? I'll pay for him. Everyone turned to look at me in surprise, including the other guy. Oh, his handsome, confused face made my heart beat faster. I got even more determined with my intentions. After paying, I invited the guy to a fancy restaurant and ordered delicious food to treat him. He must have never tasted them before. The guy was still looking at me with questioning eyes. I smiled and took out the prepared contract. I help you on purpose. $1 million for a 1-year marriage contract. What do you think? Perhaps, because he was surprised by my straightforward and tempting offer, the young man was dumbfounded. I'm Anita Moore. And you?
Edric, do the people of Moore family always spend their money so generously?
Edric smirked. His bright smile almost made my heart go astray. But why did Edric's expression change so quickly? He looked a bit stupid just then. But now, he has a mysterious charm. Or was it because he thought I was bragging and only believed what I said after knowing I was from the Moore family? Ignoring him, I eagerly asked about the main problem. Do you agree?
I want to know why you get married with someone you don't know.
I have an arranged marriage with some strange family I don't know, and I want to destroy it.
Interesting. What are contract conditions?
I was glad Edric agreed to my suggestion. I immediately made my terms clear. I would pay Edric $1 million in full within 1 year, divided into 4 payments to prevent him from not keeping his word. The payments would come in every quarter. I would pay him $100,000 deposit in the first quarter. In return, Edric must legally register his marriage with me and stay by my side during his time. Acts of violence, deception, leaking secrets, or harming the other party were strictly prohibited. After 1 year, the 2 parties would agree to divorce without asking for property division and would not be allowed to stand in each other's way. After the contract ended, we would cut off contact as if we never knew each other.
You are so beautiful and lovely. What if I fall in love with you?
At Edric's teasing, I pointed at the contract. Let's add another condition. Love is allowed, but we are not allowed to have children. Dating and falling in love with a handsome guy like this was not a bad deal. It wouldn't be too late for me to dump him after 1 year of dating. Anyway, I've decided to forget all the rules my mother used to bind me. I would leave the place where I have lived for many years to find a new horizon for myself. The contract got signed. I, Anita Moore, and Edric Wilson officially became allies. Wilson is the last name of a famous noble family. Why don't you have money? I glanced at Edric's name on the contract and asked curiously. Edric shrugged helplessly.
Having this surname doesn't mean you're rich.
Yeah, if Edric had a lot of money, he wouldn't have signed my contract. We quickly took the next step, going to register our marriage. Then I took him to the family hotel and we pretended to sleep together. I've been secretly contacting Emmy to report the situation. As expected, my parents quickly ran over. My mother was so shocked that she fainted. My father was angry and hit me, but Edric hugged me and stopped his blows. I got married on my own, completely breaking my parents' hopes. They couldn't force me to make the engagement anymore. Although I had to move to a rather remote place, this was the first time I felt like myself. I treated myself to a cute two-piece dress, short above the knee, redoing my nails with vibrant nail polish colors and applying stronger makeup. I prepared the party and drank with Edric to my initial success. Thank you for protecting me that day.
It's no big deal. We're husband and wife after all.
Edric winked at me. His half-joking, half-truth sentence amused me. He was pretty decent. I would have no problem living with Edric. What I cared about right now was the money to maintain my comfort. I just found out my parents have completely cut off my money. Did they think this would make me struggle? Before this, I was careful to save a decent amount of money. However, I needed to make it profitable. The problem was that I didn't have any experience. I complained to Edric about this.
I'll help you.
I looked at Edric suspiciously. I wasn't scared that he would steal my money, but I doubted his ability. But Edric's serious attitude made me rethink. Edric looked mature, calm, and elegant, like a real gentleman when he wasn't joking. We lived together quite harmoniously. Both had hobbies of cycling, climbing, and singing. Sometimes, I even climbed the tree to pick a fruit and then threw it down to Edric. Edric standing below, raising his shirt to catch them.
Hey, I have good news for you.
I was standing on the tree when I heard Edric's voice. Edric informed me that our investments have paid off well. I was so glad I wanted to climb down, but in my haste, I tripped. Edric caught me, and we both fell on the grass. I lay on top of Edric, my face flushed with embarrassment. Edric smiled and whispered in my ear.
Do you agree to be my girlfriend?
I had fallen for Edric. Hearing him say that, I immediately agreed. We gave each other a first kiss. I began to spend sweet days with Edric. Having been married anyway, we decided that instead of using two separate bedrooms, we would merge into one. The spare room could be converted into an office. I also went to the kitchen to show off my cooking skills to Edric. Edric would sneakily eat food in the kitchen and look at me, pretending to be innocent. Our meals were always full of happy laughter. I didn't know since when we got used to seeing each other every morning when we opened our eyes. We would eat together every meal and share many activities. Warmth and happiness were present in every corner of the house, something I had never had before. Our relationship developed so well. I fell in love with Edric more than I thought, so much so that I wanted to break the condition I had set in my contract. The desire to have children with him repeated in my head, especially when the contract's expiration was getting closer and closer. I was afraid to leave Edric. Before the expiration date, I mustered up the courage to tell Edric, I love you and want to have baby with you. Edric looked at me, eyes wide. Edric's expression let me down, and his words broke me.
I'm sorry, Anita. We can only love each other. We can't have children.
I cried and ran to my room to close the door. Was it because Edric didn't love me as much as I thought? Or was he just not interested in having children? I buried my head in the blanket and cried until I was tired, then fell asleep without realizing it. When I woke up, the house was empty. I called Edric but heard no answer. I had a feeling that something bad had happened. Oh no! Edric wanted to leave? Edric has already signed the divorce papers and the contract liquidation record. He even left me a message.
Thank you for being by my side all those times, letting me feel what a real family is. I will never forget the memories between us. I love you. But unfortunately, we have to stop now.
I cried like a child who had just been abandoned. I foolishly let Edric into my heart. He has heartlessly broken it into pieces. I phoned Edric, but the number was no longer available. Any contact was cut off. Edric seemed to evaporate from this place without leaving any trace. I was miserable and locked myself in the house. My mind was blank and I couldn't think of anything. I could only look at the pictures we took together on the phone and cry. I thought I would never see Edric again. But a few days later, Emmy's call brought me the shocking news.
The Wilson family offered to cancel the engagement, and they even compensated our father with a few valuable contracts. Parents have calmed down. Please, go home, Anita.
I'm not coming back. Take care of my parents for me. Oh, wait. What family are you talking about? The Wilson family? Emmy, do you know what my fiancé's name is? I almost jumped up from the sofa and asked Emmy in a rush. My heart pounded in my chest as if waiting for something.
Edric Wilson, but that doesn't matter anymore.
My whole body froze when I heard Edric's name. Was it him? I hung up the call with Emmy and quickly looked up for the Wilson family. I saw a picture of them in a famous newspaper. Soon, I recognized a familiar face. Edric, it was him! I was shocked and confused with so many questions in my head. Edric was my fiancé? Maybe Edric already knew me. I just didn't know anything about him. But why didn't Edric tell me that? He didn't even intend to marry me and have children. Did Edric ever truly love me? I immediately booked the earliest flight to the Wilson family residence, which took about 10 hours. But I need to see Edric to ask him all about it. Edric was so surprised when he saw me. He even turned his back as if he didn't know me, but I couldn't give up on him that easily. I ran over to hold Edric's hand. Edric quickly snatched it away and treated me like a strange guest, politely inviting me into the house. The perfect poster of a man from a noble family. I tried to stay calm and followed Edric. God knows how I was shaking, my hands clasped together. The man I loved became a stranger in a high-end suit. Edric led me into a private reception room. He closed the door carefully and asked me,
Why did you come here?
Suddenly, I felt angry. I rushed to beat Edric and scolded him, telling him he was a bad guy, cheater, jerk. So many words I couldn't remember them all. Edric stood silently, waiting for me to vent my anger. Then, he helped me sit in a chair and told me the truth. It turned out that Edric also did not like the marriage made by the adults. So, he ran away from home to protest this. Curious to know what his fiancée was like, Edric came to my place to learn about me. He arrived at the same time I frequently visited the pub, so he was there to watch me. Gradually, Edric realized that I was not like the other girls in the noble family. I had a strong personality, straightforward and quite rebellious. So he decided to stay with me for a while.
When I knew I loved you, I decided to return home with one condition. That was to cancel the marriage with your family.
I didn't understand what he was saying. If he loved me, why did he want to leave me? Edric sighed. He told me about how the Wilson family wasn't as ideal as it seemed. Only those who belonged to the family understood how bad it was. They praised men highly and despised women. So many girls haven't even had a chance to be born. Children were all chess pieces in the hands of the parents to fight for property. Edric didn't want to pull me into this mess. If we got married and had children, we would all continue to endure unnecessary suffering.
I don't want you trapped in a cage bigger than Anita. You won't be able to find happiness and freedom here.
I choked, not knowing what to say. I wrongly blamed Edric. He struggled so much for me. What about me? Did I love Edric to the point of giving up on my ideal life? I couldn't answer this question yet, but I didn't want to lose Edric.
I love you, Edric.
I have a plan to withdraw from the clan's civil war and leave peacefully, but I need time. Are you willing to wait for me?
My eyes lit up when I heard Edric say that. Can you guess my answer?